everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got two teams here looking to find a way to win. It's the Jets coming in at 6-6, going up against the Dolphins, who come in at 8-5. Set for the call of this Week 15 matchup, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. Coming to you from just off the New Jersey Turnpike in East Rutherford. We are just about set for football on EA Sports from MetLife Stadium. Tonight, we've got an AFC matchup on tap between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. The Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And on your screen, the offensive starters, Jarvis Landry, a guy that we profile.
Love his game. Not only is he going to beat you with athleticism, he's going to outwork you as well. And look for him to hurt you also in the kick return game.
Here we go. More now. This one caught. Jordan Cameron. Jordan Cameron, he's all alone. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jordan Cameron, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. Billy Cundiff now to kick the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Bradford now to throw on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kiko Alonso. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. As we get a look at the defensive starters, the secondary, they're certainly going to need to be on their toes in this one.
And you know me really well. Where do I start analyzing a game? From the secondary. And these guys have to be on point today. They're facing a high-powered attack.
And lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. They come out here in the eye. Now Moore. Hard throw, incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And now it's 4th down. Charles, that's an important 3rd down stop. You don't want to spot him 2 touchdowns here early.
You're trying to slow momentum down. You've already given up the score. They're coming right back at you. You're exactly right. Being able to hold them there and force a decision on 4th down, that's big for the defense.
So they had great field position, but a 3-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a 3-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
Hey, we got tight right, tight right.
Here's Matt Forte with his first carry. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Tackle made there by Kiko Alonso. A look at the starting side for the offense and Brandon Marshall.
I think the thing that impresses me most about Brandon Marshall is his strength. How he runs his routes, how he wins against defensive backs downfield, how it's so tough to keep him from getting the football.
Good use of the pass there to pick up the first down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them.
On first down, this is Forte. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
When I see Cameron Wake make plays like that, I can't help but shake my head sometimes. He had to go to Canada first before he came back to the NFL, where he's now an All-Pro.
Yeah, undrafted out of Penn State, but look at him now.
Just think about all the pass rushing moves he has, his ability to play against the run. Remember, he was a combo outside linebacker, defensive end. Now he's just simply one of the best in the NFL. We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. And they get 28 yards on that one. That's good for a Jets first down.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Here we go.
Bradford on first down. Left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
Tight end right. Tight end right. Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
In motion, Safarian Jenkins. On second down, Forte. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the first and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Here we go.
Bradford. That's complete right around the 8. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And let's run through the Dolphins' defense.
Cameron Wake may have begun his career in Canada, but in the NFL, he's been one of the top pass rushers since he's entered the league.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
Hey, Blue 45. Blue 45.
Second down, Bradford. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Enunwa that time, and it's 3rd and 4.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change. For as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Key to tight end. Key to tight end. You got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Here we go now. Blue 45. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
3rd and goal, Bradford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Smart approach there, using the run to pick up the first. And that was a defensive setup they'd prepared for this week, knowing that keeping it on the ground was the best way to attack it.
And that means also that they're able to read them pretty well. All the things they prepared for, when they get to the line of scrimmage, they see it in pre-snap recognition and know exactly how to attack based on their planning and preparation.
Here's Ajayi. Jay Ajayi's gonna go. The 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jay Ajayi, 85 yards. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That's an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll take it out of the side of the end zone, and they'll get it at the 25. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game. On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. 3rd and short yardage, Bradford. And able to find Decker. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Let's go. Green 90. Green 90.
With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. And they've got it here with a first down.
Tight, watch left. Tight, tight dog.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7. And leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Nowhere. All day, baby. Good stuff.
3 yards to go on 2nd down.
Watch tight end. Tight right.
Marshall will be the lone receiver right. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Blue 45.
Now a 2nd down throw for Bradford. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Forte, the lone running back. And for the 3rd time, and now the rookie's free. Picked by the rookie, Xavier Howard. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And that was incomplete, but I don't know how much of that falls on the quarterback. He was pressured.
Brandon, the rush showed up so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get the ball downfield.
On second down, Bradford again. Right back for Marshall. This time it's complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
So here we go, a third down after the second down pass completion.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down. Ready, blue 45, blue 45.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing.
On third down, Bradford. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they'll dial it up this drive. Now Moore. It's caught. Cameron, left side. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
This is Ajayi, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back on the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
All right, here we go. Leopard. All right, now, look at 56.
On play action, they'll throw. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. And the return will stop right around the 25. And New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll run the option left. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Hey, I'm coming.
Now it's a bootleg with Bradford. Over the middle, and it's caught. Brandon Marshall. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A huge play there for the Jets. 45 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Ready.
Kill.
Go.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Black 58, roll.
They'll run with Forte. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. It's Jelani Jenkins that brings him down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First-level defensive line, second-level linebackers, third-level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
I got this.
Now Bradford on second down. And this is complete. It's Marshall. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Their dangerous wide receiver. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. Nick Folk for the point after. And it's good. It makes it 22-7 now. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Dolphins now. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Green, 39.
56 to Mike.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Check 24.
Leopard. Leopard.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going deep here for Landry. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for the Dolphins. 43 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. A couple of Jets there in on the stop. So at 22 is the line to gain here on third down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Moore now. And throw right side complete to Parker. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw, and that is incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect them.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
Now Moore. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Buster Screen. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And his guys have got it back in the closing stages of the first half. And New York set to take the field. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
The intended target, the tight end, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. And it's second down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And Folk's kick is good. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry, so both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken about the 12. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Fresh set of downs here. First down, Bradford. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Wake in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Hey, number 8's coming. Number 8's Mike.
Single. Here we go now. Green, 90.
A play fake. Bradford finding time. Wide open. It's Marshall complete. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jets have made this a one-score game. And this is back to a 5-point game. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A look at the offense now here coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better. Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. He's got size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Now let's go. Green, 39.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Cameron, the man in motion.
Comes to me, it's me. Detroit!
They run it again with Williams. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Watch left. Try to do better.
All right, here we go.
He'll look to throw. Now he'll go deep down the middle. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Here's Matt Darr now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Ace! He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Here we go. Left. Ace. Blue 45.
Another run, this time Forte. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll try and get it with Forte. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
Here's Steve Weatherford now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Jay Ajayi's gonna go. He's at the 40, past the 20, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jay Ajayi, an 80-yard touchdown, and the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. Not only touchdown number 2 for him, but a big run to boot. However, still trailing.
Still trailing, but not because of his efforts. Boy, he's playing really well, and I love his long speed there, right? Able to get out there and burst all the way to the end zone, and smart enough to keep the ball in his hands and get into the end zone for the touchdown. In 2016, on all levels of football, we're seeing guys drop it before the goal line. What's the rule, Brandon? Run into the goal post.
That's right.
Before you drop the ball.
That.
There you go.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Watch left.
Throw.
Out.
Bradford now to throw on first down. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. Second down now after the pass completion. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Ready.
Off the play fake. Bradford. He's got time. Over the middle, and it's caught. Brandon Marshall. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Their big-bodied receiver. His third touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And the Jets are able to make this a close game again. Now Folk for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Here's Jarvis Landry now on the return. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunts? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. It's picked off by the rookie Jordan Lucas. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves.
And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Shift together here from the D-line. They start to glide on the ground. It's Williams. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56. Blue 90. 56. Blue 90.
Cameron, the man in motion. They'll toss it to Ajayi. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Stop right there,
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down.
Check.
They send Parker in motion left. On 3rd and short, going to their tight end. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. Here's Matt Darr now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. So out now come the Jets. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Give him 13 on the pickup there. And the Jets are going to have a first down.
Cut his left. Cut his left. Four down. Left. Green, 39.
On 1st and 10, Bradford, incomplete. Matt Forte, a great receiver out of the backfield, was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Second down now after the incompletion.
Four down.
Ready. Blue 45. Blue 45. Z.
Watch the shit. Hey.
A 2nd down throw for Bradford. And he hits on the slant route to Marshall. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Ndamukong Suh. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Hey, ready.
Now a 2nd down throw for Bradford. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play. Now it's 2nd and 7. They come up in an offset eye. Now Moore. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
Now a toss play. It's Ajayi. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. New York set to take the field.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Slow.
Marshall will be the lone receiver right. They go back to the air here after the INT. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Throwing again. Bradford on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10.
Hey. 4 down.
On 3rd down, Bradford. Dumps off to Powell. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Here's Steve Weatherford now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And not his best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line. The Dolphins' offense now heads back on the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They run with Ajayi. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now it's Ajayi. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, David Harris. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And all the way in, touchdown, New York. Austin Seferian-Jenkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are within a 2-point conversion of tying this thing up. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Hey, guys, check me out. We got Green, 90.
Motion.
Zing.
Check. Lucky.
Bradford gonna throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it. And the failure to convert and tie the game, now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. This will be taken about the 12. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense.
All right, here we go.
They'll start out on the ground with Ajayi. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. It's Jaleel Adai who brings him down. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock.
Right. He's taking it up, Philly. Here we go. Now let's go. Over.
Under crunch.
Here we go now.
They come up with an offset eye. More now. And Cameron has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Second down following the run. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Down right around the 25. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
And New York set to take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Austin Seferian-Jenkins with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Here we go. Blue 47.
They'll try and throw for it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Here comes Grant on the return. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Back to throw. And he's got him. It's the tight end, Cameron. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
319.
back to throw. And throw right side complete to Parker. And he'll be out of bounds up near midfield at the 49. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He's back to throw. It's caught by Carew. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7.
Set, blue, landing.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
7 yards remain now on 3rd down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Moore. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, David Harris. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Only one timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have one timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch, not at all.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. Your defense.